Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Major League Minute Podcast. I'm Doc, and I'm here with GMP, and today we are talking all things MLV.
Yeah, 4 weeks in, and you got it right.
Yes, you're
Finally.
welcome. You're welcome for that. Hey, but anyway, thank you for following us on Instagram and TikTok. It looks like our followers are growing, as well as the
Ooh.
full video versions on YouTube.
People actually like what we say.
I guess you could interpret it that way.
Maybe they don't like, and that's why they keep tabs on us.
But they're just following. So whatever it takes to get some followers,
I love it.
We're doing good. But yeah, follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
Are we doing Facebook yet?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on
I think
Facebook
so.
and TikTok. You can also watch the full episode on YouTube and Spotify, and you can listen there as well on Spotify. Are we on Apple?
I think so.
On Apple. And lastly, but not leastly, we're working on it.
We're doing something here.
We're on the Volley app.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah.
So
I'm actually geeking over the app myself.
I'm actually finding myself going to the Volley app for like all things, like stats, everything, schedule, game times, all the things. So
it is the one-stop shop, the volleyball hub at the volleyball app. Tell us a little bit about it.
Playvolley.com
not forward splash.
No, last week I called it a backsplash.
Now it's a forward splash.
It's / MLM.
Yes.
So that's an easy way to just get the Volley app to download. But you can join our fantasy league.
Yes.
We're up to like 20 teams in my league, which is so fun, but I am so salty because I finished 11th this last week. 11.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
Yeah, I know. My husband beat me. And guess what?
I'm up there.
Your wife, mother-in-law, finished number 1.
Okay.
She was at the top.
Well, good for her. Bless her heart.
Shout out KP.
But yeah, the Fantasy League platform on the Volley app is awesome. I find myself referring to that not only for the league to find out where I'm standing, but also for stats, the schedule. What else is on there? The podcast
like
platforms.
Online chat rooms. It's how people were able to submit questions for our featured guests coming up. So
it is a thing. And can people still participate in the league, the fantasy league?
Yeah, they can join at any time, even if it's like the last week. There's just like a handicap that's built in, so you can join anytime.
And it's a lot of fun. Join us on the playvolley.com /MLM.
Forward.
Looking forward to the conversation today. We're going to recap week 3. We're going to review.
Dude, we did so bad.
We did bad.
We were so bad.
1 for 5
with our predictions. It was really tough. Yeah.
What'd we go? 1 for 5?
1 for 5.
Okay.
No, wait.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I guess because I wasn't sure what I picked. I picked Dallas to win.
Okay.
Or against Orlando, didn't I?
Okay. I don't know. I'll have to run it back and verify that.
I'll give it to you. Let's say you got 2. And I'm 2 for 4 or 5.
For you.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a tough week for us.
Yes.
We predicted all wrong, but I'm actually not mad about it.
Me either.
That's like the fun part about it is you just have no idea what's going to happen.
This is what we've been talking about since we started the podcast, the parity in the league. And actually, I'm glad to see that the parity in the league is off the chain, as well as teams are trending in terms of the quality of the play in the right direction, up and to the right, which is what we expected.
I think, yeah, for sure. And I'm just imagining like how much better by week 9 is this going to be, because we've already seen an elevation in play over the last 3 weeks, which, okay, makes sense because in week 1, they've only had 2 to 3 weeks to train together. So they're still figuring things out, learning about each other, about what each other needs, what you can personally what you can bring to the table. So it's just been a step up every single week.
Glad to see it. That's kind of what we had hoped for, and I think that's what we're getting now as we get into week 3, the week 3 recap. We've seen that Indy was at Orlando. That was an interesting. I had to run it back last night. I watched the review of it. What do you make of Indy coming in and basically putting a different team, starting a different team, completely different team?
Yeah, so that game was happening during the Omaha Supernova and Columbus game where I had to be present and watching.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, I had my phone up, just hiding in front of me because I was trying to watch both. I mean, it's pure entertainment, and with my ADHD, it's like, oh, I need more. But I was just absolutely fascinated that they basically started a whole new lineup.
Except for Elena Scott, looks like she started, but
yes,
in the libero position. But everybody else.
Yeah, De Beer didn't start. Lydia Martin didn't start. Mia didn't start. Teeler didn't start. I mean,
Lecator didn't start.
Did they think it was going to be an easy game, or were they like, seriously, are we going back to the whole talent thing of the talent is just getting better and better each week? Let's see how, all these other players do. I mean, it's just fascinating.
I'm hoping that's what it was. And I'm hoping that those players didn't all miss curfew the night before and had to sit the bench for the first 2 or 3 sets, kind of like in
that actually happened to me once.
Same. We've all been guilty of that.
But
what do you make of that first? What is that?
I love it from a team's perspective, because you have no idea if there's ever going to be an opportunity or a situation where a starter goes out, or, God forbid something bad happens and, we have to rely on someone else who's not prepared, who doesn't have experience. This is the opportunity to give every single person experience on the court, handling pressure, competing at their highest level. So from a team's perspective, I love it.
Yeah.
From a coaching perspective, it's tricky.
Was that a flex? Did you see that as a flex on behalf of Indy? Like, this is what our bench looks like? Because these players haven't been playing a ton up to this point.
I don't know enough about the Indy coach to really answer that. Maybe if I don't know, maybe it could have been, but I don't think so. I want to believe it's more so of, hey, we have a solid team. Everybody's about equal. I'm going to give people opportunities to contribute.
Why against Orlando? I mean, at that point, Orlando was...
Well, I don't know. Maybe those players perhaps were really tired.
Okay.
Maybe they were having little minor injuries. I have no idea. But when I was saying, like, back to the coaching perspective, it's tricky because it's sometimes a gamble or just risky in general to change up team dynamics.
Absolutely.
So it's like, again, from a team's perspective, all for it, double thumbs up. I'm in for it. But from a coaching perspective, it makes me a little uneasy.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
From the player perspective, I mean, bottom line is you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready when the time's called, when your number's called, or when your name is called.
That's a good one.
That's a scripture.
I love it.
That's a scripture. But anyway.
But yeah, so I guess, like, hate to see that the bench didn't finish.
Yeah.
So they started, but a lot of those starters came in and finished the match.
In the third. So they gave them an opportunity and they held their own. I mean, they played really well. I wasn't expecting them to come off the bench, or not come off the bench, but, start. Yeah. And compete with the Orlando like they did. I mean, quality Orlando team, and they were neck and neck. Yep.
Yeah, I know. So, like, they did a great job starting. Unfortunately, you would rather see them finish it out, but that didn't happen. But that's a true testament to the starters. They came in, 3 sets in, and
not butthurt, just came in and executed at a high level and took them across the finish line.
Yeah, I was very impressed. But what the heck? Lydia Martin or Anna De Beer didn't even see the floor.
I think Anna De Beer, they mentioned on the broadcast, was coming off an injury or something, perhaps.
Okay, that makes sense. What about Lydia?
That I don't know. She didn't come in at all?
No.
Okay.
She didn't see.
If anybody knows, if anybody's in the know, please let us know in the comments.
Maybe we'll ask Lydia herself.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan to me. But yeah, who performed well in this?
Charity Looper for Orlando.
High flyer.
Yeah. Okay, this was a rare off night for Brittany Abercrombie.
Okay.
And hey, we are all human. It happens. We can't play perfection every single match. So it was a rare off night for Brittany. I think she only scored like seriously 6 or 9 points, which is really weird. But you got to give her grace. I mean,
I've never witnessed her.
I have never
like
either.
That.
No, I have never either. So that is interesting. But Charity came in, did her thing. She's really, I think she's feeling herself. I think that this could be the year where she really takes her game to the next level.
Yeah, she's definitely established herself on the outside.
Yeah,
for the Orlando
and Kaz
Valkyries.
Brown, she's also coming alive. She's doing her thing as well. So I think those two were the leaders of that match for Orlando.
Okay. How about who led for the Indy?
I think when Mia and Teeler, Lecator, they all came in. Blake Moeller hit 357. Kayla Lunn was doing good. She hit 480.
Hold on. Blake Moeller had 6 blocks, hitting 357.7. That's 6 blocks is a lot.
Yeah. Remember, Lydia got 10 though the match before. It
Okay,
was
but Lydia didn't play this game, but Blake Moeller did.
You're right.
Tip your cap.
You're right. I am tipping my cap. I promise. I'm very impressed. So yeah, it was a good, exciting game. Unfortunately, I wanted to give it all my attention, but I was in venue watching the Omaha Supernovas in Columbus.
Yep. So moving right along, we won't mention that game until a little bit later. Yeah. Let's move right along to Dallas at Atlanta. Dallas wins in 5.
And we both picked Atlanta last week. So
yeah. So a little bit of underestimation on the.
Why did I do that? I'm so team Dallas. I love Dallas.
You have been putting them on a pedestal from the get-go.
Well, yeah.
Talking about how they're going to be playing free. This is their first year. They have nothing to prove.
They've been playing free.
They have been balling, which is why I have one of them as my player of the week, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
They have been absolutely balling. I love the energy that they're playing with. I love how they're, this was a back and forth battle with the Pulse finally pulling away in the 5th set. Who had some outstanding performances on behalf of both teams.
That game also was during the Omaha Supernova Columbus Fury match, so I was unable to watch that. I only got to watch highlights and look at the score sheet.
I really feel like Dallas is starting to settle into their personnel. I really feel like their players are starting to find some traction and find their rhythm or find their pulse. Yep. As they move along in the season, I feel like Nati is really leading the charge both, and you mentioned this weeks ago. I got to give you the props when you need them. You mentioned it both offensively in the setting, but just as much defensively in her ability to dig balls and play defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it was the later match that they will talk about, but there was this swing that someone totally blasted at her and she popped it up like it was no big deal.
Right.
So
ate it again like baby food.
She probably said baby food.
I'm thinking she might have said frijoles and arroz and some pollo. Bring it.
That was hilarious. That's got to be a clip. Anyway, I'm assuming it was Leah who led Atlanta.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, Maddie Walk was setting, who unfortunately we found out yesterday. She got released by the Vibe.
Let's give her a few seconds on that. That's kind of wild.
Right. What is your take on that?
I understand.
It's not like she was riding the bench.
Okay, so according to a survey I took, one of my strong suits is harmony. So I really do a good job of seeing both sides of things.
Harmonizing.
So on the coaching side / franchise side, it is really difficult to have 3 setters on your team. That I think was the big issue.
Okay.
And I would say issue lightly because it's not an issue like, oh my gosh, we got to figure this out immediately. But it's just a position where you don't want or need excess.
Okay.
So you want excess in the middle position.
Okay.
Maybe in the outside position, but 3 setters is tough. So from that side of things, I understand, maybe their decision was based around that. Like, we have to have only 2 setters in order to make a position for another position. But from, a player's perspective, it's like, I just played in this match. Right. I contributed to my team's success. Now, ultimately, they did lose in 5, but it was a battle.
Right.
So I, as the player, would have been hit with a massive amount of confusion.
Right.
And you have to really battle in those moments personally, mentally, of not devaluing yourself.
Absolutely.
Because that's not the case.
No. She's coming off a national championship run.
Exactly. So I'm bummed for her, but I have a lot of high hopes that she's going to get picked up.
I agree. So do you know the dynamics? Was it an option for her to be traded?
That is depending on the franchises.
Okay. So is that still a thing?
It is.
Can you trade from franchise to franchise?
Yes.
Okay.
I think trading at this point in the season would be really tough.
Okay.
Trading is more so in the very beginning.
Okay.
So trading, I think, would be really hard unless, you offered someone an offer they couldn't refuse. But
Right.
I think that would be really hard to accomplish.
Okay. In that match, back to the Dallas and Atlanta match, Mimi hit 24 of 58 for 328. Savage again, holding down the middle.
Is she your favorite?
I mean, she's like 6'7". And holding down the middle once again with 8 of 14 with 4 blocks, right?
Oh, yeah. I want to give a shout out.
Go ahead then.
Go Jones.
Yes.
She got the start and she played this whole match.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
Okay. Has she not been starting?
She hasn't been starting.
Has she been playing?
She's been getting in.
Okay.
I would think, I actually fact check me, but I think she's probably gotten in every single match so far.
Yeah.
But she is not the starter. She has not been consistently the go-to.
Okay.
She came in and she hit 344.
15 to 32 for 344.
So she had herself a night.
Yes.
I was very impressed. And she's also playing back row.
Okay.
So again, I was impressed.
Yeah. I mean, you got Leah Edmonds on the other pin, hit, what'd she have? 20 kills. She led all of the Vibe with 20 kills. But I mean, Aiko Jones is coming into her own in the opposite position for the Vibe as well.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see what that lineup looks like this week. All right. Next.
Yeah, you can take this one.
We have Columbus at Omaha. And although I am also Team Columbus, I am just like, am I Team everyone?
We're just team. Together, each achieves more.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So I am Team Columbus, but I truly did think Omaha was going to get the win.
I had them too.
I thought that they would have the motivation of being at home. Certainly, they wouldn't want to lose 3 home matches in a row, which was the first time in franchise history. And I don't mean to, pour salt on the wound, but just really thought that they would have the momentum or the motivation behind them.
Sure.
Unfortunately, they fell short in 4. And I hate to say it, but man, what about you? Did you think like the arena was just kind of like in shock?
Yes, this was a late Thursday night game, and it was like 25 below zero windshield here. There were still probably 8,000, 9,000 people in the stands. And for Columbus to come into this stadium and they led most of the sets in every set except one of the sets. What do they do? They beat the Supernovas in 4?
Yeah.
And led most of the way.
Yeah, they did.
And it looked like, to me, the Supernovas were a little bit hesitant to make some lineup changes, which I don't know why. Maybe you can speak to that in terms of philosophy or
I can't speak
approach.
to it in the fact of I am not a coach this year, so I don't know what they are seeing daily in the gym. So I can't speak to that side of it as far as like specific coaching staff of Omaha Supernova. But being a former coach, I can speak to the fact of like, we were not successful. Why is there no change?
Right. So let's just contrast the two. You got Indy that started a whole different starting lineup, and you have the Supernovas that have lost 2 in a row, now 3 in a row, that are not necessarily quick to make changes.
It's probably a thought that a lot of fans out there are thinking.
I mean, I heard it.
I heard it too. And I just, again, I'm not there. I don't see the daily ins and outs of the team. But it just is really hard to not ask, why not? I mean, we're losing, we're not having success. Why not? And I don't, obviously, we're not saying that disrespectfully to any players or coaches.
No.
It's just a genuine, honest question of like,
right.
What's the definition of insanity?
Right. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. But we're actually personally getting the questions. We're in the stands and we can hear the 10,000 people behind us.
Put in so-and-so, right. Put in so-and-so.
Anything, any type of change in order to get us rolling again.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was, I think, the disappointing message, I guess, or like take from the match is it just feels like there could have been more done. or at least attempted.
Yeah.
Maybe the result would have been the same, right? Maybe the loss still would have happened, but the lack of attempt to change. Is that a good way?
Sounds good to me.
Is that a PC way of saying it?
So whatever Reagan Pittman Nelson it was doing on the other side was causing us a ton of problems out of the middle. You've been on her, promoting her for the last few weeks. I mean, she was off 1 week with an injury, I think, but you've been on her talking about her ability to hold down the middle. Why don't you speak to that?
I think I've consistently drafted her in my fantasy
each
week. Yeah, I think she's been a consistent roster member of mine. But I actually so loved in her press game interview.
Post game?
Yeah, post press game interview. She basically was like, it's just business. And I love that. This girl is standing on business, and that is the type of attitude I want to see. I didn't personally take it as conceit. I didn't think it was prideful. I think she's genuinely in game mode right now. For the next 3-4 seasons or months, I think she is like locked in.
And it's showing up in her stats. She actually hit 13 of 22, hitting 455.
How many blocks did she have? I wonder.
I don't know.
I didn't write that down. Still, just an outstanding performance. Amari did not play the entire match, so we didn't quite see her have the level of performance that she did last week, but that's still fine. I'm still very impressed with her. And of course, we had Megan Courtney Lush just kind of keep the team together. And
how about Abby Skywalker?
Yeah.
9 of 22.
Wait. Is that your name for her?
Skywalker, yeah. Abby Skywalker,
Abby
9
Skywalker.
of 22 for hitting 273 with 3 blocks. And Raina Terry was pretty much held in check.
Yeah.
So how did they beat the Supernovas?
I don't know. I think Rick and I were looking at the stats like comparatively, and it's like, I don't know how we're losing because we're beating them and this, and this.
We beat them, or we outscored them, we outkilled them, we outblocked them, we outdug them.
Like, I think service errors was a big thing. And I personally think that is maybe the weakest point of this year's season overall in the MLV is I'm just kind of like, can we keep our serves in a little bit better? Because I feel like when we miss bad.
Who's we?
Every team.
Okay.
I've seen
across the MLV.
I've seen it across the MLV. It's like, I totally understand the balance of you want to be aggressive.
Yeah, it's a fine line.
It is, because if you give a lollipop serve at this level, you're
getting bombed on.
That team is going to first ball kill side out immediately. You know, no shot. I mean, unless you're lucky. Cupcake. Thanks for the muffin toss. Right. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So I understand. I really do the balance of you want to be aggressive and put your team in the best situation to defend them. But when we're serving the ball 20 feet out of bounds or 10 feet from the side, like on the sideline.
Or in the net.
In the net is a little bit different.
Okay.
That's to me, in the net most of the time is still an aggressive serve, because the closer you get to the net, I mean, there are times you literally practice, hit the tape so it dribbles over. Dinkers. You got to hit those hard though.
To get them to dink over?
Oh yeah. Otherwise they ain't dinking. So yeah, I would say is probably what I'm a little bit I'm hoping that is an area of improvement
across the league
for the remainder of season.
What is that in practice? How much time do you guys spend on serving?
A lot. It is a very, very, it's both offensive and defensive. I mean, it's very, you want to make sure every single person that goes back to serve is putting up a weapon.
Putting up a missile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, moving on. Omaha lost.
In 4 at home.
Yeah.
On the coldest night of my life.
It was. We've had tough weathers.
But they're still showing up.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
So next we had Grand Rapids versus the San Diego Mojo. And I am not going to lie, this was a late game for your homegirl over here.
Late.
I am admitting right now, I did not stay up and watch the whole thing.
I couldn't watch it either. But Grand Rapids 1-4, right?
Grand Rapids 1-4. Sorry if I just kicked you. Yeah. So they were led by Paige. She's really doing a good job of leading her team this year and just being consistent with her play in all areas. She hit 327, which is awesome. Had 22 kills. We had their opposite, Elizabeth.
Anna. Yep.
She hit 360. She only had, I shouldn't say only had, but she had 11 kills. But hitting 360, I mean, that's efficient.
Yes.
So good for her. We had the middle.
Yep. Al Hassan.
Yeah, she's really being consistent. That's what I think I kind of like about Grand Rapids is I think like their tagline would be consistency.
Okay.
I know that they've lost. They haven't won every game, but I do like that their players are steady.
And the ones that they're competitively losing, would you say that in the matches that they've lost?
Yeah.
They've been, and they're on the upswing. I really like Al Hassan out of the middle. She hit 357, 7 of 14. She's effective in the middle for the Grand Rapids.
And we had Grace Loberg with Mojo. She had another great performance. So I'm really hoping that's a trend for her, that she's going to start really consistently leading her team. Had 20 kills, hit 304. I mean, from a hitter's perspective, especially as an outside, you want to be 250 and above. That is a high level.
It doesn't matter how many hacks you're taking.
Well, it does matter how many hacks you're taking.
If you're taking 10 hacks, you still want to be 250. If you're taking 20 hacks, still want to be 250, a minimum of 250.
The standard doesn't change.
So that's like your batting average for baseball. It's got to be over 200.
Yeah.
Got to be over 300. Okay.
Yep. I mean, as an outside, you have the hardest job because you get all of the out of systems.
Trash.
Yeah, all the trash sets. So your percentage of airing is a lot higher. So that's why 250 is like, if you hit above that, you're doing your job well.
Maybe next week we can talk about some of the leaders in the stats. Whether it's
leaderboard?
Leaderboard on the stats side, aces.
Sounds good.
Hitting percentages, things like that.
Sounds good. Okay, so then we had Omaha at Indy.
Okay, you can cover
redemption match. Let's go.
There was a lot of build up to this one.
Oh,
and you said Indy is so fun to play at. They get a great crowd.
I've never played there.
I thought you said they were.
I think I said Columbus.
Was it Columbus? Okay, Indy. They look like they had a good crowd
because
too.
Indy was. Remember, they joined the league last year.
Okay,
but they
you coached there.
No, I didn't. I didn't even go there either. Oh. Edit that. But regardless, they have a brand new stadium last year. So that was they were the first team to come in and use that stadium. And they have a great crowd. But I remember texting someone on the Omaha staff that day. Okay. And I was like, I am so anxious. And it was like 8:30 a.m.
Right.
Because I was like, what is going to happen? Like, I want success so bad for the Omaha Supernovas. Mm-hmm. And I just was like, it was just eating me alive. I could not wait till game time.
So game time comes.
We
got a different starting lineup, right? Yes. A little bit of a change, a little bit of a shakeup.
Yes.
We got the emergence of Reagan Cooper.
Yes. So yeah, way different story than their match against Columbus because now we're witnessing a change. And guess what?
What?
The change paid off.
It did.
Oh my gosh.
What do you account the change to?
I don't know.
The change in personnel, the not going 4 in a row, being on the road away from home?
No, I think, okay, that's a good point.
Because there's some value to that.
There is value because when you're on the road, there isn't yes, when you play at home, you have the comfort and the support of home. But with that, there's an added pressure to give your hometown what they want, what they deserve. When you're on the road, there's a little bit more freedom because there's a little less pressure, I would say. Everyone's always anticipating the home team to win, right? Mm-hmm. So the away team has a little bit less pressure.
Yeah, but there's definitely an expectation in Omaha to win.
For sure in Omaha. So I think that is a portion of it. But I think the major difference was starting Reagan Cooper.
Okay.
I was very proud of how her team rallied around her. And I just want to give her the biggest round of applause because we know that they're noticing that Reagan hasn't played. Yes, we know that. Right. We've felt it ourselves. So for her to get the start, I can only imagine the amount of pressure and weight on her shoulders.
You would never know by looking at her.
Correct.
She is always right here. Not too high, not too low, but definitely efficient and effective.
A major compliment to her for sure. So I just I can put myself in her shoes and understand the weight on my shoulders. I'm finally getting this opportunity. I'm finally getting a chance. I'm starting. Man, I really hope I play good. I don't want to get subbed out. And she went out there and she didn't give a rip.
She didn't give a rip.
She didn't give a rip. She gave several rips, if you know what I mean.
As a matter of fact, 17 of 35 hit 429.
29. Remember a few minutes ago I said 250 is like the goal or above? She killed that.
And she hadn't taken any hacks, in-game hacks up to this point thus far.
Exactly.
Came out swinging.
Yes. So I am just super happy, not only for her, but the team in general. We had Kiara Reinhart come in.
It looked like a totally different team from 2 nights before.
So from a fan's perspective, what?
Totally different team.
Like
the energy, the
their
cohesion.
Joy, their support for one another, their mojo, like all of it.
I think it had a lot to do with going on the road, pulling everybody together. Let's say, okay, this is not acceptable here. We want to win. We're expected to win. As a matter of fact, we're going to win. And then you put the lineup together, and then we go on the floor and the Supernovas execute like they did. I mean, just got to tip your cap, and I'm so thankful that they're on the road to winning now.
Yeah.
Brooke did what she does. She hit 18 of 39, hit 436, which what she did, actually only 39 attacks for her, which is she's been in the 60s.
Well, again, I think that's first of all, credit to Brooke. She's doing her job well.
Yes.
But that's another credit to Reagan because Reagan came in and was pulling her weight.
She was scoring.
She was scoring. She was doing her job.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, I don't think Sydney had to rely on Brooke as much and therefore half the amount of sets in previous matches.
Absolutely.
So that's what we need. It's
diversity.
We need diversity. We need Brooke to have a little bit of rest.
Right.
She's not now, whether she agrees with me or not, I think she's going to give it all, every ounce of her until the end. But we need her to last until the end.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right.
Now you wanted to go to Kiara Reinhart on the middle.
Yes. So I was very excited. That was also a change that we saw. So she got the start and shout out to this meme page. I love it. I forget what it's called. I should have come prepared with that. But this meme page was like, it was a picture of, who's that guy from Marvel? The bad guy. The bad guy with the no, not Thor. That's a good guy.
Wolverine?
No. It was a picture of Thanos and then like all of his minions. And it was like Thanos was Indy and then all the little minions was Kiara Reinhart. And it was like, Kiara's everywhere.
She was everywhere.
It was so funny. This meme page, you guys got to follow it. I love it. But she really was everywhere. She was getting touches. She was slowing their attacks down. She was blocking them entirely.
She was patrolling the net.
And I almost like am hesitant to say this because I don't want to help other teams scout us, but she loves taking the second ball over. So like if someone digs it and it's coming to her on the second ball, she's going over with it. And 9 out of 10 times it scores. So very impressed with her. I was happy. Toy came in. Toy also was in. She is, for me, she's a momentum player. Like she really knows how. Yes, she's a spark.
So she sparked the Supernovas, not the Ignite.
This is the best fact of all.
I'm listening.
Good one. Omaha outblocked Indy 16-4.
That's incredible.
That is a big difference.
Kiara had 6.
Mm-hmm.
Toy had 4.
Mm-hmm.
16-4 total.
Yeah, that's really impressive. So
Omaha came out on top in 4.
We were all excited to see some changes and just to see compliments to the team of really just getting behind one another and supporting one another and winning that together as a team effort.
And this was the Indies match following the match where they started the
whole new lineup.
Yeah, so they went back to their
original.
Yep. Do you think that plays a part in how Omaha was able to take control of this match in a dominant fashion? The flip-flop,
I don't think that was a factor. I think like we've complimented Indy, every single player is good enough to play and start. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just that's how the cards were dealt that day, and that's the play that happen.
It was more of a matter of the Supernovas playing at the level that they were playing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
All right. Last game of the week, because we had the Atlanta Vibe versus Columbus Fury match was postponed due to this winter storm. So that's crazy, because in the previous 2 seasons that's never happened. So I'm really curious to see when they reschedule that.
Crazy storm though. Did you see it? It swept across the whole United States. So
and also I want to put an asterisk by my fantasy week, because I specifically picked players who played 2 matches, and a lot of them were on Columbus. And so
that's cheating. That's a cheat code.
Is it cheating, or is it using your brain?
Nobody even thinks about that. I mean, I didn't. Maybe somebody else does. I just haven't thought about that. I think that's a cheat code.
It's not cheating if it's public knowledge and I'm just using my brain.
Okay.
But I haven't read the fine print. I actually don't know if that affects my league, but I'm going to think it did.
Sounds like it could.
Anyway, I don't want to digress, or I don't want to derail this. But so we had Dallas at Orlando, and what a match that was. That was very exciting.
Absolutely. Dallas in a reverse sweep.
Yes. Woo. I was so happy. Kelsey Payne absolutely dominated.
She was going ham on the opposite for the Pulse.
Yes, so I was really happy, because I think this was her strongest performance yet this season. Yeah, I think in previous matches we've kind of seen her go in and out with Malaya.
Yeah.
And so this week she held her ground, and she did so well. We had Mimi, absolutely outstanding performance, hit 422, got 21 kills. We had Van Buskirk, who hit 389. I mean,
out of the middle, there they are again.
They just have so many weapons now.
And Maldonado Diaz,
Sophia.
Yeah.
She started, but she started, and I think she started at a high level, and she kind of lost her way a little bit. So
leading to
we had Kaylee Cox come off the bench, and this girl absolutely
dominated.
She just was dialed in.
She was from the get-go.
Like, I've learned my lesson not to call someone like a no name, because they are somebody.
Absolutely.
Right?
Everybody's somebody.
But this person, Kaylee Cox, I didn't know where she was from. I didn't know who she was. I didn't, I don't think she's gotten a huge spotlight before, like someone with a bigger name recognition. She came in and was like, I don't care. I mean, I don't know if I can say this, but maybe she put her middle finger up and she was just like, I'm here to play.
Okay. you can say what you want. This is your podcast.
It's our podcast.
But anyway, she hit 300.
Yeah.
13 kills on 30 swings with 3 blocks, and she was definitely a spark.
She came
in for Maldonado Diaz and really helped catapult them through the 5-set win over the Orlando Valkyries, and which was a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I really wonder how Orlando's feeling right now.
Why?
I know that they only lost once this week. Or sorry, because they lost twice. That's what I was second guessing myself when I just started speaking. I shouldn't have done that. They're coming off 2 losses. And I mean, they have amazing players.
Yeah. They started a different lineup. They Van de Weede.
Yeah.
Started.
I think it's Wida.
Van de Weide.
I think it's Wida.
So she started. They tried something a little different. But either way, Dallas won in a reverse sweep fashion. Shout out again. Kelsey Payne had the match of the year so far for her. Looking forward to her continuing to build on that. Rookie of the week.
Okay. So, we got to breeze through this. Yes. But, okay, rookie of the week. We both ended up choosing the same person, which I think hands down, this is no questions asked. That is Mimi Collier with Dallas. Versus Atlanta, she had 24 kills. Versus Orlando, she had 22 kills. Just phenomenal performance. Definitely led her team in several different ways. Obviously attacking as the main. And she's a rookie. For those who don't remember, she is a rookie. So she's probably 22 years old.
Yep. Again, I love the way she attacks. She puts her whole self in. She's looking to do damage at the pin.
Looking to do
for the
damage.
Dallas Pulse. Player of the week.
Okay, so the player of the week. Do you want to go first?
Sure. My player of the week is Natalia Valentin Anderson. Shout out Nati. They
Yeah.
got 2 huge 5-set wins this week, right?
Huge, yeah.
Now they're at the top of the standings of the MLV.
They
I
are.
feel like she's offensively, she's got this team firing on all cylinders. She's got defensively, they're playing at a high level. So shout out
and
NVA.
I think maybe an underestimated skill is realistically, she's what, 5'6",
Okay.
5'7", and she's setting someone an entire foot taller than her.
Okay.
That's really hard to do. The angles and the timing is way different because of the height difference. So she is outstandingly performing with that.
So she was my player of the week. Who was your player of the week?
My player of the week is Reagan Cooper with Omaha. I just am so impressed, like I mentioned, with the amount of pressure that I'm assuming she felt, and to not caring or giving it any thought, and just completely taking over it. Yeah. And just hitting what was it, 429, getting 17 kills. That's exactly what I hoped would happen, and she did not disappoint. So there was a lot of great players this week, but I just, in her individual situation, I got to give it to her.
Leading the Supernovas to a huge win.
Mm-hmm.
So low-key impressive player, or the lip. I'll go first. Can I go with that?
Go ahead.
My lip was your player of the week. My lip is more of a hip. So my low-key impressive player is more of a high-key impressive player.
Okay.
But this was her first. She's been flying under the radar. She hasn't been playing. Reagan Cooper, I mean, this was her first match action.
Yeah.
So she's been under the radar, kind of low-key, but we all know she's a high-level player. We've all witnessed it last season over the AU tournaments, or over the AU season. So it's no surprise, but she's my lip of the week.
Okay. I did see that, and I was like, interesting, because that's my player of the week. I am giving my lip award to Kaylee Cox with Dallas, because I think that, her coming in, she came in the 3rd set. So it's not like she came in early in the first. She came in the 3rd and hit 300 with 13 kills and 2 blocks individually. I think, and like I said, she's not like this huge name recognition.
She's a legit low-key impressive player.
Exactly. Perfect example of a lip.
Okay.
I will say, though, shout out.
You can only have one.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Aiko Jones.
Here we go again. Back to Aiko Jones on the opposite for the vibe.
I just think, her not starting at all, and then her coming in and she started and stayed in the entire game and performed well. And sometimes that's what it takes. Like sometimes, where am I going with this?
Consistency.
It is very difficult as a player to be a bench player who gets in every game, because I feel like you can't fully step in your confidence of a full-time player. Does that make even sense? Your job as an as a bench coming off the bench every single match is way harder than for you getting the start. When you personally, I think
across the board,
across the board players would agree with that. When you get the start, you get the chance to warm up with your team, like start the match with the team, get the momentum with your team. When you come off the bench, you are starting in 0 when everyone else could be at 20. You know what I mean? Like it's a very challenging position to be in.
Okay. I see that both ways. I see the other side of that as well, as if the opposing team was preparing for the starter, and now the backup comes in, and they weren't necessarily preparing for her, so it gives them an opportunity to
but you got to think about the individual.
Okay.
That individual is.
Some people are role players, though.
Yeah, that's
like me.
True.
I'm a number 2 guy. Oh. I love setting people up to win and to succeed and to be successful and to come in and come out, to introduce and get out. So there are certain people that are, thrive in that as well. So
yeah,
but you're just a high key impressive player.
No, I don't. I'm not saying that. Okay, moving on. So match of the week. I had a tough time with this one because
I didn't.
All right, I'll go first though. I had a tough time because the Omaha and Indy game was such like a redemption match. I just really loved seeing a brand new spark in Omaha, and they beat the number 1 team in the league at the time, which was Indy. But then we had Dallas come in and reverse sweep Orlando, and Dallas is working with half the team are their rookies. And so, and it was at Orlando.
Right.
So I don't know which one I'm picking.
I'm going with the reverse sweep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more exciting to me. I guess it's all left up to interpretation.
It is. I'm going with the Omaha Indy one.
Okay. Let's ride.
Okay, cool.
League standings after week 3. What you got your Final Four predictions? Did you just slide that in there? Or is this consistent with your Final Four?
No. So the top, let me just rally these off. First is Dallas. Second, Indy. Third, Orlando. Fourth, Omaha. Fifth, Grand Rapids. Sixth, Atlanta. Seventh, Columbus. Eighth, San Diego. And in parentheses, I put, haha, this is Gina's Final Four predictions.
Okay, which means what exactly? Did you hit them?
The top 4.
You hit them?
Yeah, look, Dallas, Indy, Orlando, Omaha. That's who I predicted to be in the Final Four.
I got to fact check that, so stay tuned.
I am so confident that is exactly what I said.
I think that's what I had too, except I had Atlanta in there for somebody.
Dallas.
Okay. But so there you go. To prove your point, Dallas is firing on all cylinders.
It is still really early. There's a lot of game left to play, and as we've learned, you never know what's going to happen right now.
And it keeps getting more exciting and more competitive every week, so stay tuned.
Okay.
That's the life in the MLB.
Previews for next week. We have Thursday, 3 different matches. All will be found on YouTube at 6 p.m. Central Time, which I'm like, how does that work if they're all on YouTube? But anyway, we have Dallas at Columbus. I'm picking Dallas.
Dallas as well in 4 for me.
This is a tough one because I'm both of those. Like, I love Dallas and I love Columbus right now, but I'm going with Dallas. Then we have Atlanta at Indy. I'm going Indy.
Indy with me in that.
Okay. Then we have Orlando at Grand Rapids. I'm going with Orlando. Okay. We're all on the same page there. Yep. Then Friday is another YouTube game at 7 p.m. Central Time. We have San Diego at Omaha. I'm picking Omaha. Okay. Same thing. All right. I think Omaha hopefully
it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors. I'm picking.
It is. Okay. I love that. Saturday, again, all YouTube at 6 p.m. Central Time. We have Orlando at Columbus. We're both picking Orlando. Then we have Dallas at Indy. Both of us wrote, we don't know.
So you picked it's going to be tough. I said it's going to be a toss-up, and I'm going to make my pick, and let's do that on the count of 3. You ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Dallas.
Indy. I love it. Okay, perfect. I love it. So we'll see who's right on that. That's a tough one. That'll be a fun one. Then on Sunday, we have our final 2 matches. We have San Diego at Atlanta at 2 p.m. Central Time. This one will be found on Vice TV. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about it. I tried looking into it and I tried to look ahead.
So that's different than Victory, right?
It is. Okay. So I'm assuming it's free. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but
let us know if you guys know about Vice TV. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And then we have Omaha.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Ready? One. Hold on. Who is it? San Diego and Atlanta?
Yes.
Here you go. 1, 2, 3. Atlanta.
Okay. Then we have Omaha at Grand Rapids, 3 p.m. Central Time. And this one is a CBS sports game. So that'll be exciting. And
going with
1, 2, 3. Omaha. Yep. I'm really hoping Omaha is just riding that momentum train.
Yep, they'll get back on track. They're back on track officially, and they're just going to ride it out. So with that being said, thanks again for joining us on the Major League Minute podcast. And we will end this episode with, first, like, share, and subscribe, please. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Also on the Volley app. And we will see you next time on the Major League Minute.
Yeah. Oh, geez, my back. That was a bad one. Ow. Watch the mic. See you next time, guys. 49. Yeah, that was...